I am finally alive again. After being incredibly sick for the last 72 hours, I'm back to full health, and I just have to say the biggest thank you ever, because while I was practically bedridden and hardly even able to speak, somehow I had a couple viral videos. So hello to the thousands of new subscribers. Thanks for getting me on the trending tab. Not even just gaming trending, actually the trending tab of YouTube. It has been a very strange week already, but this is about to get much crazier. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and today we're going to be digging into two giant rumors that are very tasty, but I'm not sure I can believe them. The first one is about Microsoft apparently looking into possibly buying SEGA, and now, as some sort of pushback, maybe we're going to see Sony trying to go to war with Microsoft by making a special deal with Konami. Now, all of this is pretty insane, but let's take a look at the evidence and try and decide for ourselves. Now, starting off with Microsoft, this is the article that really kind of stirred up this news, in my opinion. How Microsoft CEO, Xbox head, said they won't screw up Bethesda. Now, this is a big interview, and basically what they're talking about is everybody's been completely blown away by this Microsoft deal because, honestly, Microsoft just paid $7.5 billion to try and get a hold of ZeniMax. So now they own everything from Doom to Fallout to now they even own the original developers of Fallout, which is Obsidian Games. The mega conglomerate that's Microsoft has completely changed over the course of the last 72 hours. But people are starting to say, what does this actually mean? Mostly because, let's face facts, the reason they're doing this isn't just for fun. They're not doing this to try and consolidate power. They're doing this because the Xbox wants to take on the PlayStation 5. Let's not make any minced words. That is exactly what's going on. And some people think that this could be impossible. Like, here's Paul Tassi. I disagree with him 99% of the time, but his take is that Sony literally cannot match Microsoft's massive Bethesda deal, nor do they need to. And kind of what his point here is the fact that Sony is already in a spot where they are making big, great games that are selling crazy numbers. Like, look, I don't really like, this is Last of Us Part 2. I bought it, I beat it. I still don't care for the game overall, but it's hard to deny the fact that this sold millions and millions of units, and people are actually picking up PlayStation 4s just to buy it. So there is still an incredible amount of brand power inside of the PlayStation that I think has not yet been matched. When I see things like how many people were freaking out about the special reveal they had for God of War Ragnarok, the amount of people that were still trying to line up to make sure they get a PlayStation 5 day one, I think that the next generation of PlayStation still has a tremendous amount of power, even if they don't have quite the brand stay that is going on inside of Microsoft. But now let's talk about the weird thing, which is that inside this article, they've also mentioned the fact that they want to buy more stuff. They're still interested in trying to purchase extra game studios. Apparently there's some, a few more billions of dollars rattling around in those Microsoft pockets, and they want to make sure that they can acquire extra studios and extra talent. And so now people are making mock-ups like this. Obviously there was the giant grand reveal of the Bethesda accompaniment. Well, now people are saying, what would happen if we saw the combination of Xbox and Sega? Now, this is a very funny infographic. It's definitely something that got shared around a lot. But where the hell is Sonic? Why would you put company heroes here? But other than that, I think that the idea of Sega being purchased is very difficult for me to believe. Maybe I'll be wrong in the future, and if I am, I gladly welcome you to come and throw this back in my face. But it's difficult for me to imagine Sega being purchased because they are getting to be more profitable than ever. I had a chance to talk to some people inside of Sega here and there, and everything that's been conveyed to me is that right now, this is kind of the renaissance for Sega. They are actually managing to sell more games of more varieties. Stuff like Persona has really exploded into the mainstream. Yakuza and Judgment is really kind of getting the attention that it's always desired. It's difficult for me to think now, as Sega manages to get so much extra power, so much extra attention, that now, at their zenith maybe, now is the time that Microsoft would step in and buy them. Like, just as a random thing, you guys know I'm actually obsessed with, let me grab it, Sonic Mania. Look at this. I'm actually knocking games down like crazy. I love Sonic Mania so much. I've purchased it, I think, 4 times total. Sonic Mania is crazy good, so it's weird to think about this somehow going from selling millions of copies across multiple platforms to maybe just being an Xbox exclusive. And make no mistake, the only reason that Microsoft is currently trying to purchase all these giant brands, they're not doing this to try and bolster Game Pass. They're doing this because in about a year or two, I guarantee you we're about to start seeing a bunch of exclusives that will only exist on the Xbox Series X. That's it. I mean, that's it. If you want Doom 3 or what Doom Eternal Mega Edition or whatever it's going to probably end up being called, that is only going to be on Xbox because they want a return on their investment. Now, part of the reason this rumor keeps going around, and like as much as I think this stuff is fun to think about, the things that it's based on are just so loose. Like, oh look, there's now a Sonic Blue style controller. That's pretty loose. Oh, somebody did an X and a box in some sort of official SEGA tweets. Or, oh, look, in the newest press conference, somebody is actually wearing a Sonic the Hedgehog shirt. This is actually during a special, like, Xbox trailer. This is just too tangential. This is like a shoestring conspiracy theory at that point. But I want to believe it. I do think it's an interesting idea, and since I already have the next-gen consoles pre-ordered, I guess I'm not super against it, but it's super difficult for me to believe this is happening. If it does, I will be blown away. But now let's talk about the second thing here, and one of the things that's definitely kind of blowing people away the most, which is there have been a bunch of rumors now about getting some sort of Metal Gear Solid remake coming exclusively to the PlayStation 5. Now, the reason I find this rumor to be so incredibly fascinating is secretly I heard about something like this a couple years ago. So let me just scoot my chair in, lean in, and whisper a little secret to you guys. So about 2 years ago, there was this little style of leak that was going around the industry that apparently Konami was trying to shop around potential pitches for a remake of the original Metal Gear. Not even Metal Gear Solid, but actually going back to basics and giving us an early look at the Metal Gear universe, and now with HD, full graphics, kind of giving it a proper full-done remake. Because originally, when that thing was on the NES, it looked like this, right? Well, this was a cool rumor, but it never showed up. The way that this project was even called was something like Proto Genesis. I mean, this thing was obviously a very early conceptual project that probably got shot down as soon as they made another $1 billion off pachinko machines, because Konami at this point is a weird mega conglomerate. Konami makes so much different money off like saunas and health parlors, gambling and casinos. Like, the idea of them trying to go back into the games industry is a little bit convoluted. But let's look at the rest of this article right here. This is over at pushsquare.com. Now, let's take a look at it. Here's a doozy of a rumor for you. Metal Gear Solid, the PS1 classic, is being remade again, and it's coming to the PlayStation 5 and PC. This is according to the YouTube channel Red Gaming Tech, which has been known to provide some accurate leaks in the past, though they specialize in hardware information rather than software. Still, according to their source, a source that apparently has a 100% track record up to this point, the supposed Metal Gear Solid revival is a full remake and not some sort of port or remaster. Now, this is definitely interesting because we are kind of entering the age of remakes. I think that the full-blown remake we got to things like Crash Bandicoot, recently I've been super impressed with the ground-up remake we got of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. I think that we're seeing this new genesis of remakes almost being sequels in their own right. Now, back in the day, we did get the very funny and very absurd Metal Gear Solid Twin Stakes. Now, this may be one of the rarest GameCube games, and I'm happy that I have it complete in box, but let me tell you, this game is bizarre and kind of taints the original raw realness and fun magic of Metal Gear Solid. Now, this rumor actually ends in the craziest way possible, which is this final paragraph. But is Konami really going to pump money into crafting a full-blown remake of Metal Gear Solid? Without a doubt, stranger things have happened, but the Japanese publisher is something of an enigma these days, which makes it easy to point all kinds of rumors. Remember Silent Hills on PS5? Heck, maybe that's happening as well. Konami's already getting back into the swing of things. So there's been a bunch of speculation and stuff, some of it of which I fully believe. I am still completely in the camp that the PlayStation 5 version of Silent Hill, which is apparently some sort of reboot, I still completely believe that exists. But I don't think that there's going to be a purchase specifically. I think that Sony may do a partnership. It is very easy for me to believe that there could be some sort of private dealings going on so that we see a bunch of Konami games coming back, being revived, and really getting some nice respect for the first time in decades coming to the PlayStation 5. But the big rumors that's been going around is that maybe PlayStation would just try and purchase them outright, that they would come in, just scoop up the entirety that is Konami and just make this PlayStation brand. That specifically, I simply cannot believe. I think that a lot of these rumors are actually just misconstrued because of this. Gamatsu reports on the fact that there is a Metal Gear Solid, and Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance Konami collection that's coming to PC. Now, I honestly think that the rumors are just being confused. I unfortunately believe that this is maybe what stirred up these rumor remakes that are kind of coming around. This seems fine. I'm not sure I'm even going to purchase it, to be perfectly honest. I'm not a super big PC gamer. But I think that the idea of this stuff is interesting. If we see a full-blown revival of Metal Gear Solid, it is only going to be a very good thing. But what do you think about this? Do you really think it's even possible to see a purchasing of SEGA by Microsoft? Are you excited for the idea of the triumphant return of Konami? Or are both of these ideas that seem to be a little bit outside the scope of normality? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. I have seriously been practically bedridden for the last 72 hours. Like, I could hardly even stay awake. So I really appreciate you guys. Honestly, I got so many nice comments and so many nice tweets, and whenever I'd wake up, I'd get my phone and just look at these videos, and I just thank you guys. It made being sick go a lot faster, and I managed to smile and laugh a lot even when I was just not even able to eat. So thank you guys. And now I'm about to eat a giant breakfast because I'm healed. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.